It's been a long time coming, but it's finally time to make the video. And this video is going to be about why it took me about almost 10 years now to really determine the kind of videos I wanted to make for YouTube and why you don't need to wait 10 years. All right, so I'm going to continue. This is how, or let's get into the why, right? Because sometimes when you know the why, you know what your blockage might be, and now you can break through to really start making your video. The first thing I'm going to say is, getting right into it, is some of the things that can hold you back are really nothing, right? They're something, but in the grand scheme of things, they're nothing. So for me, it was, for example, I had my baby. He's almost 9. And when I had him, I remember thinking, I know I don't want to go back to work. I couldn't shake the feeling knowing that others would probably say, like, it's understandable, but like, you still got to go, okay? You still got to get back to work because you have to make money. But I remember while I was at home for 3 months, and I did have a little bit of a complication closer to the due date. But the point I'm making is that, one, I knew or desired to not go back to work. And I feel like I created a name on YouTube, which was like some mommy blog name. And I didn't go through because then I started to think, this is after I've had him. I started to think, one, I knew I wasn't the size that I was before. And thinking like, what do I have to say as a mom? Because I just had a baby like yesterday, it felt like at the time. Not thinking about the fact that I went through an entire pregnancy. That in itself, it's something to share, especially when what I went through, which was something called degenerating fibroids. I had never known anyone who had been through that. So that's something I could have shared so that another mama would have been able to say, oh my gosh, this thing happening, this is what it is. They could have talked to the doctor about it, etc. But the point is, I was thinking more about myself versus like, well, what do I have? What can I share? What, right? So it's that switching and that shifting in perspective that will help you say, I do have something to share. I do have a baby. And maybe, let's say I've not had him for, let's say, 6 months, to give a lot of information or what I'm doing, whether it's popular or not popular, but just my way and what's working or not, right? Just sharing. But I didn't even think about that. Sometimes it's okay to just share. It doesn't have to be, I'm sharing so that you walk away with some deep revelation, but it is in the sharing that sometimes I can come to the conclusion, oh my goodness, people really are interested in this, whatever that is. And then I can give them more of that, right? So sometimes there's a term that's used, like, I think it's market research, right? Determine what people really are interested in. Well, people might be interested in cars, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be talking about cars, right? But I'm talking about pregnancy, but there are so many aspects to pregnancy. And so based on what the feedback I get, I would know what to do. And that's what I'm saying to you right now. If you're watching, don't wait 10 years. Okay, just don't do it. And then think about what you have been able to go through in the last year or 2 or 3 or 4. The main thing I will say is, like, over the last at least 2 years, that's the main thing that I get. A lot of videos will mention you need to know your niche and a bunch of things, but those things sometimes keep you from moving forward, okay? Because you feel like you don't know and you have a lot to share. The main thing becomes sharing the thing that you overcame. I may have not even thought that me going through that kind of pregnancy and delivering was overcoming something. I didn't even think about that because I just wasn't thinking about what do I have. The moment you change from, like, I'm just a mom, I just had the baby 2 months, I'm still learning, I'm still navigating, people still want to learn with you. People still want to navigate that thing. And I mean, there's so many videos right out there, as we know. Someone going through law school, someone going through nursing, someone going through aesthetic school, or cosmetology, nail school, like the list goes on. So whatever it is that you have going on, share with the world. And sometimes, now listen, you have to get over yourself to do that, right? And when I say get over yourself, it means you are not in fear mode. You're like, I have something to share, whatever it is. You know, even at 15 years old, I had something to share. I may not think I did at the time, but there are so many experiences I went through, and there's something to share with others around my age or maybe even older, right? Sometimes a video can be a mom video, let's just say, and you don't have kids, but you can walk away taking something good from it. So it becomes, what is the good you have to share? And you do have good. You do have good. Just think about it. Just take the time. Don't put pressure on yourself, because when you do that, your brain shuts down. You cannot think of anything when you do that. So don't put pressure on yourself. Just say, okay, take a deep breath right now. Go ahead and take a deep breath. I'm not going to put pressure on myself. Tell yourself that. I'm not going to put pressure on myself. I'm going to share what I've learned, what I know with people. That's it. That's it. Start there. And when you start there, you'll be able to think, oh yeah, I did apply for this job and this is what happened. Or this, listen, God is in control and guiding you. Do not fear. Do not fear. And don't feel like you need to know it by tomorrow either. Because when you do that, that's back on putting pressure on yourself. Just think back in the last 5 years. If there's anything you've overcome, maybe someone passed away, whatever happened, think about that thing that you overcame. And I think once you do that, you will see that there is so much more that you have to share. Thank you for watching. God bless.